Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast. This is your escape for real, unscripted conversations about sports, hobbies, life, and storytelling. No scripts, no forced takes, just Man Cave talk. Now, here's your host, Dan Casper.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Man Cave Podcast. I'm Dan. That's Brandon over there. On this episode of the podcast, it is mock draft time. We do it kind of a little different. So we started this a couple of years ago where we've got the Pro Football Network draft simulator up. Brandon's going to run it because his computer over there, I can see the screen. That way, years past, I would run it and have to read off everything to Brandon.
But now this is a better way to do it.
It is because this simulator, well, we've selected our teams. Brandon is Minnesota. I am Green Bay. The computer's going to do the rest, but they could propose trades. We could propose trades if we wanted to as well.
And the other picks will be moving at fast speed just in the interest of brevity. So
yep, exactly. So
and we're going to use their consensus board, which is taking in a bunch of other people's boards. So yeah.
Right. I think that kind of sets the stage, right? All 7 rounds.
All 7 rounds. We're grinding it.
I don't have a first rounder, and I can tell you right now, I am not trading up for the first round. I am going to stand pat.
Okay.
At least right now, if it's 2, unless I get a deal.
Right.
Because we are going to be open to deals.
Yeah, always open to deals.
So,
all right.
Should we do it?
All right, well.
Enter the solo draft.
We are entering the draft, and it's going to come pretty hot and heavy, and we can kind of
Oh, Fernando is the first pick.
Whoa.
Oh, you got a draft pro. Ooh.
Well, this is okay. So here we go. This is interesting. We've gone through the top. We've gone through the top 17 picks, and the interesting thing for me right now is the best available players on the board are Caleb Downs.
Could that not work out any better for you possibly?
So let's put it this way. I can immediately say if I don't get a trade offer I like, I feel confident, I feel excited to just sit and pick. Yeah. I also really do like Kenyon Sadiq too. Like as a, TJ Hawkinson free agent after this year, like I feel like there's options there. Otherwise, your best available, Keldrick Falk, edge from Auburn, Caden Proctor, tackle from Alabama, Omar Cooper, receiver from Indiana, and Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, safety from Toledo. Let's take a look at the. I'm trying to get this to scroll down. Dang it! There we go. I will take a look at my trade offers. I have 3 of them. First one would be to move back to 47 with the Colts for essentially a bevy of second and third rounders.
Yep.
I'm not interested. I have the offer to move back with the Patriots for 31.63 plus a 7th. I'm not interested.
Ooh,
and
that one's interesting a little bit.
I have an offer from the Bears, which would be my pick 18, and then which would be the 5th round pick, 163, going to the Bears for 25 and 57. Normally, this would tempt me, but given what's available here, I'm not going to overthink it. Maybe the first time in the 3 years we've done this, I'm not going to trade down at this pick anyway. I'm just going to stick and pick Caleb Downs.
That worked out perfectly for you. Man,
I do not expect that on draft night, but we know in draft night you never know. But I've got 2 offers now on the board.
We're in round 2, by the way. Yep.
So I'm at pick 49 now, and Dan will be right after me at 52. So I have an offer on the board from the Falcons, which would be my 2nd and 5th, to Atlanta for pick 79, which would be a 3rd rounder, and they're 2 and 3 next year. And I'm going to be honest. One of my kind of mini goals, if I could do it here, is I would like to acquire another top 100 pick. Minnesota's got 4. I would like to get 5 if I could, but I'm also not going to go crazy trying to do it for the sake of doing it. I'm also interested in future draft capital if possible, just because it's been a few years since the Vikings had that. So even though this one, even on here, it'll tell you by the draft chart the values offered. So so according to this, this is actually Atlanta giving me a little bit more value, which would be, again, pick 79, a 3rd rounder, and then next year 2nd and 3rd.
Which I think is accurate because you're probably going to want to give more value to move up.
Correct. And then the other one I've got basically moving from pick 49 to 80 with the Ravens for a future 2nd. I'm not interested in that. The Falcons one I've thought about. And as I look at the board right now, the top names on the board are Brandon Cisse, corner out of South Carolina, Caleb Banks, D-tackle out of Florida, Malachi Lawrence, edge rusher out of UCF, Lee Hunter, D-tackle out of Texas Tech, and then Keontae Scott, a cornerback who could also, I think, be a safety out of Miami. I'll be honest, like, I'm not super duper enthused with what's here. But at the same time, I'm just that Falcons offer, even though there is value there, like, I'm not interested in
the future picks too. I mean,
I like the future picks in theory.
Yeah.
But like for this exercise, I don't think I'm going to, so I'll just flat out reject it. I'm going to take a second and just maybe peruse.
Are you going to make a trade?
I might look into it. So like, tell you what, propose a trade for. Do you want to move up?
I do not. I like how the board's kind of falling right now. It's giving me some options.
So I'm going to look to maybe a Denver at the back end. So trade down to 62. Okay, well. So according to this, Denver would likely accept if I moved down 13 spots to 62 and then acquired an early fourth rounder. And I could like move around. Yeah. I could like try to maximize it. But I'm just going to say, you know what? I will offer that. So it would be pick 49 for pick 62 and 108. And they accepted it. So, right. So I have moved back.
So you did trade down, but it was in the second round.
So, in the 3 picks since, Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker from Texas, Brandon Cisse, the corner from South Carolina, went to the Lions, and R. Mason Thompson, edge rusher from Oklahoma, went to the Panthers. Now Dan is on the clock at 52 for his first pick.
Yep.
Dan has one trade offer from the Bears.
Nope. Don't even need to look at it.
All right, so your best available on the board: Caleb Banks, D-tackle, Florida; Malachi Lawrence, edge rusher, UCF; Lee Hunter. Those guys are there before. Keontae Scott was still there, and Eli Stowers, the tight end for Vanderbilt. Also, a couple other corners with Keith Abney, the second from Arizona State, and Traden Stukes from Arizona.
So I'm going to tell you, there's one name on there that I'm not going to overthink it, because this is a name that's been popping up for me a lot at this position. And I'm going to go Lee Hunter, defensive tackle from Texas Tech, the big, massive nose tackle.
Yep.
In the middle there.
6'3.5", 318.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, the need is there. I think you could probably find another D tackle later on, but given the way the board fell, like if Brandon, the corner, was there, that probably would have been my pick. Yeah, Cisse.
Yeah, but he went to the Lions in this 2 picks before. So,
yep.
And he was someone I was even thinking about at 48 if I would have stuck.
Yep.
So that makes sense.
If he was there, I would have. But I'm gonna go Lee Hunter.
Lee Hunter, D tackle, Texas Tech.
Yep.
Boom. All right, so
okay, you can move back even further.
I can move. Do I want to move back even further and just stock? Well, I've got 2 trade offers. I've got
you get all the trade offers. Right?
Pick 62 to the Dolphins for essentially it's their 2 third-rounders, which would be 87 and 90. And then I have an offer from Denver again for my second, and then a 7th rounder for pick 111, a second next year. I'm not going to do that. I'm really thinking about this one.
Yeah.
But man, and then my next pick after this is A2, so I wouldn't pick again for. I'm really thinking about this because I'm going to scroll down the board just a little bit to see what's there once we get a little bit further down. And actually, you know what? I'm going to do it because there is a lot of picks in that range, or potential picks I like. I will say, if I would have stayed here, the corners are tempting. Also, Jake Golday, the linebacker of Cincinnati, is tempting because he's a bit of a versatile guy. But I'm going to take the pick from the Dolphins and trade 62 for 87 and 90.
Look at you.
Wheeling and dealing.
Who are you, Ted Thompson right now?
All right. So I have an offer on the board. Again.
Jeez.
It would be 82 and 244 to the Patriots for 95 and 125. I don't think I'm going to do that. But then I've also...
geez. That one's... Yeah.
I kind of think I have to do this one with the Falcons, which would be basically trading down 4 spots to pick from 82 to 86, which would be behind you, though.
Yeah.
And essentially swapping a 5th for a 4th. I think I'm going to do that. Now Dan is up again. Who would have thought you would have made 2 picks before me? You have 1 offer on the table from Washington.
Nope. Too many 2027.
Yeah, a lot of it in the next year. So you were up.
Why am I only getting 1 offers on these stupid
People
things?
just don't want to work with you.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
The best available on the board right now: wide receiver Bryce Lance, North Dakota State.
Yep.
D-tackle Grayson Halton out of Oklahoma. Edge rusher Joshua Josephs out of Tennessee. Safety Genesis Smith, who I really like. Honestly, if not for Caleb Dowlin's falling to me, that would probably be my pick here. Jalen Kilgore, another safety out of South Carolina. Zakee Wheatley, safety out of Penn State. And Romeo Height, Texas Tech edge rusher.
Okay, the board is not really falling to where I wanted to. You got back-to-back picks there, too.
I do. Look at them. Look at
87.
that. I think I've got 4 picks in the next 11.
I'll tell you what. I am really, really, really intrigued with Bryce Lance.
North Dakota State wide receiver, size speed guy.
He is Christian Watson.
It's worked out before.
The Packers' new wide receivers coach also coached him in college, too.
Ooh.
So, there's a lot there. But do I want to use my 3rd-round pick on that? That
was me trying to back up the chair.
That I can't. I don't know if I can get away with that, man. And there's so many safeties. Golly, tell you what, Brandon. Put up a trade proposal for me.
Okay.
Go to the Jaguars.
All right. Oh, at 88?
Yep.
Okay. So Dan is looking to trade with the Jaguars, 84 to 88. Okay.
Yep. And put the 100 on there once. No, likely. Okay, so keep that 100 there.
Yeah.
Throw in a next year 3rd rounder. Do that.
Okay. So Dan is trading pick 84 and his 3rd rounder next year to Jacksonville for 88 and 100.
Yep.
And they accept.
Good. Gives me just a little bit of a breather here to kind of see where the
Jaguars trade up to get Bryce Lance.
All right, so you go twice and then I go. So
Look at us. Round 3 pick
and then
farm.
you got 86, 87, 90, and I got 88. All right.
So I've got a trade offer on the board, pick 86, to the Ravens for pick 115, which is a 4th rounder, and a 3rd next year. I actually think I'm going to do it.
Okay.
This will be my time to draft to get a little for next year. They drafted Will Lee, the safety. I have no trade offers. I have to either make a pick or so I am up. I am interested in Grayson Halton, who is a bit of a smaller D tackle, but he's very explosive. He is one of his comparable comps is Jalen Redmond, so I'll tell you what, I am going to do that. I'm going to go with Grayson Halton, the defensive tackle out of Oklahoma.
Okay.
And now you're up right after me.
Yeah.
And I'm up 2 picks after that.
It still didn't really clear up a lot of stuff for me. You know what? I might. I think. Can you scroll down just a little bit
on the best available?
Yeah. I might go. It might be reaching a little bit here, but I just.
Remember, this is consensus, so
it is. So I think I'm gonna go. No, I'm not. I don't like that either. This did not work out the way I wanted to. Or I was gonna call you Hudson. Do I? Man, honestly, if this went the way that it would go in real, I probably would not be happy.
Mm-hmm.
But I will go with Romello Height, edge from Texas Tech.
Romello Height, teammate to Lee Hunter.
Yep.
So all right. So I'm up. No draft offer again, alas. But all right. So looking at the big board, I got a bunch of safeties. But again, because Caleb Downs fell to me, I don't really need a safety. Drafted D tackle. I do like Darrell Jackson as he's a gigantic man, as like a big, space clogger, but I'm I am curious about the receivers. DeJon Stribling is there, and he is actually someone the Vikings brought in for a top 30 visit, for what it's worth. Also there as a receiver is Deion Burks, a little bit of a shorter guy, but a little more explosive, is there as well. After this, I'm up again at 97. And then you have the last pick of the third round.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you what, let me double check on this again. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to go with DeJon Stribling, the receiver out of Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I have a trade offer.
Weird. That's actually not bad.
No, and here's the thing. It's me moving back two picks and swapping a 7th rounder next year for a 5th rounder. I think I'm going to do it just because. Mm-hmm. Because why not? And the guy I was going to pick is still there anyway. I have a trade offer from the Broncos. I'm not going to do it. So there's two guys here. This actually fell really well for me in the way of Well, now because this is interesting. I'm thinking center.
Okay. And you got like 3 of them right there.
And there's 3 here. But so I pick at 99, then I also pick at 108. There's 3 centers there: Jake Slaughter, Logan Jones, Brian Parker Jr. Brian Parker II. But the odds are, if by the time I pick in, will one of those 3 still be there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to gamble. I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to take Emmett Johnson, running back out of Nebraska.
Okay.
So Dan is up. Dan, you have a trade offer. We have 2 trade offers. First,
okay,
pick 100 and a 7th rounder next year to New England for 2 picks in the 4th round, 125, 131.
Okay.
And then you also have, you can move back here. You can move back 13 spots for the Colts for, looks like a 4th, a 5th, and a 7th.
Ooh.
That one's got your attention more than the other one, looks like.
It does.
And according to the value chart, that one actually has a little bit more value. The Patriots one is basically 50-50. This one, it says about 52%.
There's a guy on here that I've got my eye on, but I'm wondering if he will still be there. That's, you know what? Accept it.
Accepting the trade.
Dang it. The one guy I took the risk and he's off.
Who was it?
Or wait, never mind. He's still there.
Okay. Well,
I thought it moves, so.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm up. I have an offer.
I thought about center, but I just, not that spot. That was, okay.
You know what? I'm not going to overthink this. This trade I got offered from the Broncos, actually, I do like. It's basically trading down 3 spots and then swapping a 7th for looks like a 5th or a 6th. But the guy of the 3 centers I wanted was still there. And that's Brian Parker II. Mm-hmm. Converted tackle, I believe, but like a bigger guy. There's flexibility in there, and I think he's someone that could come in and just immediately be the backup. Like, he doesn't have to play right away unless he plays well. So I'm just going to stick and pick, and I am going to go with Brian Parker II, the center out of Duke.
Yep.
You're up.
Okay, the guy is still there. Give me Davis, the corner from Washington.
Tacario Davis.
Yep, he's a bigger corner, 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, almost 6'4", yeah.
Yep.
So Tacario Davis, the corner out of Washington.
So, all right, that worked out for me then.
All right. As I scan the board, there's some options here, but I got a trade offer because people love trading with me. And I'm going to take this trade offer, which is pick 115 and one of my 7ths to move down 15 spots and pick up a 5th rounder.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan is up now. I'm not up with like 12 picks and by the end not know what to do with them. So Dan is up. He has a trade offer from the Browns. Pick one. Okay, so
reject it.
Okay.
So I'm at 120. Ooh, I could double down on corner. Now you got a couple corners up there, huh?
You do.
Tell you,
got a running back, Jonah Coleman, edge rusher, LT Overton from Alabama, some linemen in there.
I think I'm gonna go.
Kicker.
Yeah. Give me. God, now I'm self-doubting myself here.
Don't do that. You have already invested heavy in the defense.
I have.
We got a ton of day 3 picks coming up.
Yeah, we do.
At some point, I'm just going to have to ignore the call of the wild to constantly trade down.
I think I will go. Screw it. I'll go Jonah Coleman, the running back from Washington.
Coleman, the running back out of Washington.
Going back-to-back Washington picks for me.
Okay, I'm laughing because I have a trade-off from the Patriots. Basically, I can move down 3 spots to pick up a 6th. I'm not going to do it, though, just because at some point you got to just start picking people. And I am going to go finally take a corner. I'm going to go with Devin Moore, corner out of Florida. Another tall guy like yours. So, yeah, Devin Moore, the corner out of Florida.
Okay. You're up again.
And I'm again. All right, so as I look at the board here, we got some running backs. We got some people. I am going to actually take tackle Isaiah World out of Oregon. Tackle, I think, is kind of a little sneaky because Christian Darrisaw coming off the end, it wasn't fully back at 100%, and Brian O'Neill getting a little older as a free agent after next year. So, I'm up at pick 151. I will take this trade though, even though it says it's dead even. Essentially moving back 3 spots, moving up a little bit in the 7th round. But I am moving behind you, so don't take who I want to take. Dan is up, and no one wants to trade with Dan.
Nobody wants to trade with me, but that's okay. You know what? I am going to go because I think he gives me some versatility on the O-line. Trey Zune, the third from Texas A&M.
He was another guy a little later on I would have considered. But yeah, he's got good interior or just versatility all over the place. But
get Carson back.
I am not taking a quarterback here. So tell you what, I am up. You got like 3. You got like 2 more picks coming up here. So and then I got you. So I tell you what, we got a bunch of different things here. I saw a guy. I am going to go a little bit down the board, but somebody that has been a bit of a riser here. And I'm going to go with a homer pick here. I'm going to go Mason Reiger, the edge rusher out of Wisconsin.
All right.
And Dan is up. Oops, let me scroll back to the top.
I could go Carson.
You could go Carson back. You could go Carson back.
I'm not going to go Carson back, though.
You're at pick 160. Your next pick after this is 201.
So, okay. Can you scroll down just a little bit? Man, there's not a lot there. Let's go. Scroll up again. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
And I'm on the clock here actually too. So I will go with, man, this is tough for me. I'm going to go, do I double down on defensive tackles?
There's a good amount of D tackles here right now.
But they got to fit what I want to do with what Jonathan Gannon is going to do. Tell you what, I'll go with Devontae Capehart.
Yep.
From Clemson.
Big dude.
Yep.
Big dude. You got another pick. Pick another one.
Yeah, I really could. Man, there's so many. I am going to go scroll down just a little bit.
Boop.
Do I pull the trigger on that one?
Your next pick after this is like 200. So
okay.
So there's a little room in there. So if there's someone you're seeing here, you pick them now. You probably won't get the chance to.
Give me Malik Benson, wide receiver from Oregon.
Malik Benson, wide receiver from Oregon. All right. So now we actually move a little bit, and then I will be up at pick 196 in round 6. Oh, it's slowing down a little bit here. It was just tell you what. My next pick, didn't get any offers. That doesn't matter. I'm going to pick a tight end. I'm going to go with Tanner Koziol, the Badgers legend.
Nice.
I mean, he was there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But pass receiving tight end, so you are up.
How many more picks do I have?
You still have 4 picks to make.
Well, I could just maybe go best available because I've already got corner.
Sure, yeah.
I've got offensive tackle. I've got my edge. I got my D tackle. I got my wide receiver. So tell you what, let's go with Let's go. You know what? I'm going to do it. John Michael Gillenborg, tight end, Wyoming.
Boom. Wyoming tight ends. All right, I am up for my second to last pick. Let's see. So, okay. And I am going to go. I am going to go with Eric McAllister, who is a tall, fast receiver. Believe there were some off-field things, but I don't think that's lingering now. So I'm going to go with Eric McAllister, and then I will be up next for my last pick. I've got an offer to trade down. I'm not going to do that. And I've got one pick left, and I may never get the chance to do this, so I'm going to do it.
You're going to do quarterback.
I'm going to go Jack Strand.
Ah, look at that.
Boom. All right, Dan, would you like to trade down in the 7th?
No, just reject everything now since I've got all of these.
Okay, so Dan is up. Dan's got 3 picks in the left here in the last 20.
But that's so Packers, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah, 7th. Okay, so you got 236, 254, and 255 left, so.
Okay.
Looking at the board, C.J. Daniels, receiver out of Miami. We got a Wisconsin guy in the mix. Vinny Anthony, receiver. Luke Altmaier, the quarterback from Illinois, is up there. Damani Jackson, corner from Alabama. Red Murdoch.
I love that name.
What a
Buffalo. Give me Red Murdoch.
What a linebacker name, Red Murdoch.
Why? I'd be dumb not to get that. So.
All right, so you've got 2 picks here and we're in the final 4.
Give me Adams from Texas A&M, the inside interior offensive lineman.
This guy?
Yep.
Okay.
Reed Adams.
Yeah. Armaj Reed Adams, a guard.
Yep.
And for your last pick.
Go to the quarterbacks. Narrow it for me.
Quarterback only. Baron Morton, Jalen Daniels. Not that Jalen Daniels.
I am going to go Morton because they brought him in on a top 30 visit.
Baron Morton. All right. And at the end, we do get grades.
Okay, I got a B.
Okay. I got B+.
Dang you.
All right. Well, I'm...
Hey, my first one was an A-.
It was, yeah.
B+,
so, yeah,
B, B, B minus,
yeah.
B, C, B minus, B minus, A, and then C minus. So.
Yes. And for me...
I know I reached a little bit on the wide receiver, but still. Oh, look at your 2 A+.
Yeah, my top 2.
So,
yes. All right.
That's our mock draft. You can let us know how you thought we did too.
Show us yours.
Yeah, exactly. So, good stuff, Brandon. Appreciate it. That's going to do it for us on this episode of the Man Cave Podcast. Again, don't forget to follow and subscribe YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. Till next time, I'm Dan. That's Brandon, and we'll talk to you on the next episode of the Man Cave Podcast.